Okay. Um, as a target individual, uh, they try to break you down, right? And it's it's meant to make you acceptive with things that are not reality. I've made videos. I continuously make videos for the purpose of never subscribing, and for the purpose of showing that for these people involved in this program, to never live the fantasy. Now, it's funny that they tell me how I'm gonna be tortured and everything else, and I understand. I've humiliated these people. I've humiliated them because as they were trying to create this psyop, they were trying to make me see them as something else. They wanted to be seen as this strong, femme fatale group of women that are investigating, and when in reality they're trash that sold their soul to these entities that have been torturing and manipulating people in these disgusting ways. They try to play we're doing this for these people. It's like, no, no, you're not doing it for them. You're doing it for your own opportunities. You're involved in a program that does so much horrible things. So my torture is going to be reflective of that, because you're trying to expose, you're trying to present yourself as something that you're not, and you're exposed for what you're a part of. If you go into my videos, you'll see a video about painted dates. Now I've made videos literally saying that these people manipulate you in a sexual way, in the way you perceive things, and in so many other ways. Not only I've said those things, but others have said. If you look up there, you'll see a video about and testimonial of a person in 2007 literally saying they've been manipulating me to a gay perception toward children, teenagers, program perversion aimed toward them. If you go down, you hear this woman, Mariana, say that perception is manipulated. And you hear that they use teenagers and try to make you feel certain ways toward them. In my videos, I've literally showed pictures of kids that try to make me perceive in a sexual way. My job before I die, before that day comes when I can't speak, is to continuously say the things I need to say. This is my duty on earth. Because there's so many people who've sold their soul to these entities, this nastiness, and wanting to live their fantasy. I will never let them live that. I'm not perfect. I know my imperfections. But for them to be involved in this nastiness and me letting live that fantasy, I couldn't do that. They were bringing up a moment when I went to a date. Listen to even the stupidity and understanding of how delusional these people are. I went on a date. It was our second date. The first date we went for dinner. The second date was a paint and drink. We went there. It was like a 7 p.m. going to date, And this is obviously ended up being a perp, of course. And I actually knew it was a perp, but like I said, I'm not perfect. I have my imperfections, because I still want to be around women. I'm not perfect, and even though she's a perp, I went on a date. And that was our second date. We go to this place. This is a place where you paint and you drink. It's paint and drink, and it's fun. We go there. I'm there first. She's a little late, so I sit there. People come in. Most people have their dates. It's a group thing. And then this random person come by herself. Weird looking. No, not even weird looking. Weird, just obvious perp. She has a little thing going on. I was like, oh, okay. She sits right across me. I'm like, oh, gosh, here, perp. This is a black person. It's like, oh, it's probably somebody from the neighborhood. She's going to do her noise campaign. So she was annoying from day one. From first second I saw her, I was like, oh, she's annoying trash. She's going to be annoying me. And so she positioned herself right across me. I was like, oh, look at her. I'm already seeing. I was like, yeah, she's a perp. I'm already there's people around you that are going to be perp. You just try to see. And you see her immediately. Now, she's coming by herself. Everybody has a group of friends. She's by herself, just listening to having some. I was like, okay, obvious perp. My day comes, and while I'm trying to paint and whatever, they force me to have this disgusting pedophilia thoughts. And they disgusting kind of thoughts, right? And And I'm like, okay, well, well, that's the nasty things they do. And so they start. She starts. She's she started making noise campaign every time they have the pedophile thought. She makes like real weird noise, like oh, whoa, like weird noise to stop me, not even stop me, to say that she seeing what's happening. Oh my God, we caught you. It was like, no, this is nasty trash. This is what you guys do, right? And she's by herself. Everybody's drinking. She's doing her perp thing. I was like, I'm already like, she's just an annoying trash, annoying, just annoying. She's just annoying. She wants to be at you to have attention and everything. She wants my attention. I was like, oh, she's just an annoying trash. Like she just like, I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't stand this trash. Like, and now in my mind, I'm already getting annoyed by this person. And we listen to music. And as I'm listening to music, she's singing. I have drank my little wine already, and I'm enjoying it. And as I'm enjoying that, uh, she's singing. I'm like, okay, she's singing the song. It's some old school R&B music. I'm like, okay, so it makes me feel like I want to sing too. She doesn't have the great voice, but it's not bad. But it's the music that I know I like, and it's old school music. I'm listening to that. I'm sipping. I'm like trying to sing myself too, but she's like she has her little thing. She tells her, like, whoever she's talking to, yeah, and she's sitting across me, and I'm looking at her. It's like, what's wrong with this? Like, she's obviously a perp, right? She's talking, be like, yeah, no, I'm just gonna to do this and that, and I'm like, this is weird ass perp. Like, what is she doing? It's just so weird. Can you imagine, like, everybody's on the couple thing. She's just there talking. You can see the little and talking to whoever while she's painting. Annoying, she's just annoying. She just wanted to have my attention. Just annoying. And then I'm looking at her, like, what's wrong with this person? And she's like, I'm 15 years old. What? I'm like, what? And immediately when she said that, stimulations, they started giving me perception and stimulation section and sensations. And like, oh, disgusting. Immediately my date, who's a perp, she's like, try to make me look at her now because they're forcing me to get stimulation. It's like, oh, look at her great painting. Look at her painting. Look. And I looked at her like, she's 15 years old. And she looks back at me, she's like, you deserve it. It's like, you disgusting lowlifes. Right? And throughout, since then, they would try to make me look at her in this perception, in the weird sexual way. Like, it was like, oh, now, because she's a kid, they've tried to force me to look at her in a sexual way. Try to find ways to look at her. It was so annoying. Like, there was an older group, not that much older, maybe 10 years older than me, and they would tell me, oh yeah, you two, you guys, me and my dates, you guys look good together. You should be together. It's like, yeah, really, you think so? And I know they're perps too. But you see this kid now coming and try to be seen. Oh, really? What you guys talking about? I was like, you just want me to look at you so they can do the manipulations. And then now in my mind, they try to create perception about her. It's like, oh. And now in my mind, they try to make her look. I was like, no, it's because you're a kid. And when you're a kid, they're going to do these things where they're going to make me look at you in a sexual way. And, she wanted to they took a picture. Me and my date took a picture with my date and her took a picture. I was like, oh, whatever. They were forcing me to get that perception. I was like, whatever. I know what you guys do. And they're like, no, we caught you. And so now today what they're doing is like, oh, no, you see, you're eyeing her. We caught you. You understand the delusional life that these people live? I'd rather get raped and tortured. I will run to my death before letting them live their fantasy. I'm not perfect. I know my imperfection. But I'm so thankful that I didn't have to live life in these disgusting ways. Listen to the testimonials. These bottom feeders trashing, torturing children and women and using this nasty method or tactics. Like, we caught you. You're filled with pedophiles. Look at you, dumbass. Trash us. These entities are filled with pedos and they are here doing these things. Stay strong, target individuals.
In 2015, I began to experience what some call V2K, or voice to skull. This involves the projection of voices, noises, and music directly into my mind to communicate with me in real time and at the speed of thought. And it also includes the manipulation of thoughts, emotions, and perceptions in the person's mind. Additionally, the targeting is all highly perverted and sexual, as well as destructive and violent. I can be free from this torture. Every day has been a miracle of survival. I also experience what is referred to as malodorance. This is the alteration of the smell sensation so that I am often made to smell various things, including smoke, burning, dirty diaper, or baby powder, which they sometimes combine with the pedophilia type of torture, including the threat of planted.
They're trying to take over my mind, putting thoughts of pedophilia. It's disgusting. Take this whole thing into account so much. I make it so dramatic. It is dramatic. It's somebody trying to end my life. It's somebody trying to end who I am as a person. It's somebody trying to take over my mind, putting thoughts of pedophilia. This disgusting things.
What I say, playing with my dog. Know that attacks continue. I don't let them get me. Today, they continue with the programming of perversion, but this time they are aiming in the use. A people, better said young people, also children and homosexuals. When I aggravated them, I usually called demeaning names, and one of them is referring to homosexuals. For me, all of the slaves are misfits, society haters, scumbags, etc. No, I don't have anything personal against them, homosexuals, but as my way to aggravate the slaves, and since they love to use children for the torture and stalking, street theater etc. Especially teenagers for the stalking at close range with an attitude, they are using them during my sleep in the perversion program, and so you can imagine what the slaves of torture are pretending to do to me. In the last days, as today September 9th, 07, anything I do, either watching TV or reading of whatever I'm doing, they brush me sort of say, I feel like I'm aroused all day and I feel the palpitations